My name's Morgan Reed, and I'm the Chief Information Officer for the state of Arizona. For those of you who don't know about our oasis in the Southwest, we are the 14th largest state by population and the proud home of the nation's fastest growing county, Maricopa, and fastest growing city, Phoenix. I'm responsible for IT strategy and shared service delivery for a 35,000 person, $40 billion organization. Every organization's cloud journey starts somewhere. For Arizona, the seeds were planted 8 years ago. Our state has been a beacon for data centers for decades because geographically, we don't have earthquakes, floods, or hurricanes. But what we do have during the hot summer months in monsoon season is dust storms. In July 2011, this storm came through Phoenix. It was a dust cloud a mile high, 100 miles wide, with winds 40 to 50 miles an hour that lasted for hours. The result was a 3-day outage to our oldest and largest data center. Because agencies had trusted us to run their mission-critical business applications, some of those agencies, like Department of Transportation and Medicare, had citizens lining up outside their doors because they couldn't deliver service. The state eventually recovered and made some minor improvements, but that building had $15 million in deferred maintenance and would take another $50 million to be brought up to current data center standards. That's what I walked into on the first day of my job as state CIO in 2015. Having previously built and run data centers for companies like GoDaddy and Expedia, I knew pretty quickly that owning and operating infrastructure wasn't the state's core capability and wouldn't be sustainable. When we were competing for the same general fund dollars that pay for teachers, doctors, and police, how would we pay for it? And with the governor challenging us to innovate and transform the way Arizona did IT, what did we do? We made a bold decision and created a cloud-first policy. Previously, requests to buy new servers to replace old equipment were auto-approved. So we had to start denying those hardware refresh requests and ask, for this application, why not cloud? And ensure that we weren't buying hardware because that's the way we've always done it. The most critical equipment in our data center was our mainframe, and we knew that would be key. So in the first year, we successfully migrated our mainframe to the cloud, which allowed us to significantly reduce our risk, improve our fault tolerance and reliability for our customers, and move them to a platform that they told us was 8 times faster. We also did something else to cement our cloud commitment, which was relocating the state network to a third-party colo to increase our connectivity to cloud providers. With those plans in place, we told our agency customers that that 40-year-old data center would be shut down by the end of the year. So what did we learn? We learned a lot. We had to communicate over and over again the benefits of being in the cloud. No more outages when the monsoons hit. No more having 90% of our infrastructure in the same floodplain in downtown Phoenix. And financially, no more asking for money to replace equipment every year, because in a pay-per-use model, we could bake those costs into our operating expense. For example, one of our agencies that was early in the cloud asked for money for the following year, and were told by the budget office they weren't going to get it. What they explained was that in a pay-as-you-go model, if the state couldn't pay, they couldn't keep going and would have to shut down their citizen-facing application. Somehow, the budget office found them that money, and every other agency quickly realized the benefit of moving from CapEx to OpEx. But I had agencies telling me, Morgan, I don't know how to cloud, so we needed to guide them on this journey and establish some governance. We hired a couple experienced cloud experts to educate our agency personnel on why going to the cloud was the right move and how to get started. We also had to address our people, the server, network, and database administrators on our own team, and tell them that we wanted them to be part of this transition. And our server administrators of yesterday became our cloud administrators of today. And nobody lost their job because of our journey to the cloud. We published a cloud-first toolkit on our website and provided resources like total cost of ownership calculators, AWS best practices, and a list of integrators that can help them migrate. We were one of the first governments in the world to sign an enterprise discount program with AWS, which gave us enterprise visibility to our cloud platform and theirs, additional discounts based on our volume, and improved support. We had visibility we needed to watch our state along this journey and optimize costs along the way. And because we strive to have a bias for action, we needed to move quickly with speed and hit our deadlines. We made sure the first 6 months of our data center exit was dedicated to planning prior to the 12 months of execution. And when we started, we really had no idea how successful we would be, especially as a public sector organization. We figured if we could move 25 to 50% of our footprint into the cloud, that would be great. But I'm happy to report that after the dust settled, 75% of the servers in that old data center were successfully moved to AWS. Arizona did it, and so can you. So what's next for us? We are getting out of the data center business and shutting down the 20 other smaller server rooms in the state in parallel, giving our agency customers the same 18 months that we took. And now that the majority of our footprint is in the cloud, we are taking advantage of cloud capabilities. Our website for reporting litter, Don't Trash AZ, was built on native AWS services. And you can call the number or start a chat to report litter. You get an AWS Connect and Lex service that's multilingual, so you can report it in any language. And we're using the same technology to enable password resets on our help desk. Our Department of Public Safety is streaming video from the surveillance planes directly into AWS, and they built a service to share footage with first responders when and where they need to see that footage. Our Department of Transportation has built a 511 service at az511.gov with an enhanced traveler information system with real-time traffic, accidents, and road closures for planning your trips within our state. With our cloud-first strategy, we are making sure agencies are building all new applications in the cloud. We're looking at migrating large data warehouses into modern-day data lakes and have deployed architecture to put our state's data into AWS using lake formation, so we can democratize our data and make decisions faster for the benefit of our citizens. In fact, our agency customers are now using 50 different AWS services, developing new solutions for our customers, and innovating in state government. By implementing cloud capabilities, the state of Arizona has become an exciting place to work, using modern technology to solve government problems, to attract the right kind of talent to position Arizona for the future. Thank you.